we're back for sure. Okay. Yes, Jeanette, we are back, and it's time for the magnetic marketing moment with your magnetic marketing magnet.
More marketing magnet.
Jeanette Burke. Right, Jeanette?
Yes.
So okay. So today we're talking about, what are we talking about?
We're talking about how to get in front of the right people.
Right.
And make a great impression.
Now, some of those Hollywood actors that were in town got in front of the right person, and that right person was you, Jeanette Burke. Right, Jeanette?
Some, yeah. And I was lucky enough to get in front of them, too.
Exactly. You got in front of each other.
Yes. Well, do you want to know some of my secrets for getting in?
Yes, but how are we going to do this? Because I know you got some secrets, but we're going to show some of this video.
Yeah, we're going to show the footage, and I'm going to tell you the secret that I use for each.
Okay, so we're going to do should we watch the first video?
Yeah, let's watch.
And are we going to keep talking over the video?
Keep talking, yeah.
Okay, so great. Let's watch this first segment with Jeanette Burke, getting in front of the right people. There she is. Let's turn that volume up.
Jeanette, co-host of Liquid Lunch on ThatChannel.com, Toronto's #1 internet radio station, coming at you live from the ET Canada party. We're celebrating 6 years of ET being on the air, and we're also celebrating 36 years of TIFF tonight. Okay, great. Welcome, and how have you been enjoying TIFF so far?
Too much. I've been enjoying it a lot. Too much TIFF and too little sleep.
Yeah, what is the best party you've been to so far?
Every party I'm about to go to, I feel like it's going to be the best one I've ever been to. Yeah. So it's true. That answer keeps changing.
I won a Gemini Award for Best Actress in a Comedy for Call Me Fitz, the HBO Canada hit television show. So, and we took a total of 7 Geminis, more than any show this year. So we're thrilled because it was our first season that we won for, and it's a large achievement.
Yeah. What is your most favorite moment of TIFF thus far?
Well, I have to say it was with Alexander Skarsgård, Eric Nordstrom from True Blood. Just because he was so genuine, so down to earth, so handsome, so sexy, and all the girls hated me for a moment, like when I was doing what you're doing, and he was standing here. And kind of the same height difference, and he's kind of standing over here like this. Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Happy birthday, and congratulations, you guys on an amazing job for
6 years, amazing. I know, time just flies right by.
Okay.
Nice!
Yeah, and I also went to the
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
You guys have similar hair.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And like an icon.
Oh my geez!
I always say, I want your job.
A lot of people want my job. Yeah.
Tell my viewers, if you don't mind,
I'll tell you all these things.
you have an amazing job. You get to travel amazing places. You get to go to the U.S. You get to do all the
You guys
things.
can trade jobs. I'd be okay if she were.
Yep.
Maybe you could afford it.
I can afford you, can I?
I don't know.
Yes.
And you can sum it up. One feeling.
Yeah. Oh, one feeling. Lucky. I know that there's a lot of talented people out there, and I started off as a cameraman. Well, I started off in radio, but I then was a cameraman, and I know how much hard work that everybody does behind the scene and in front of the scene. So I feel really lucky. This is my ride for now, and then it'll be someone else's ride after that. So I'm just appreciative, and I enjoy it. I'm enjoying it.
Training with Rick Bye, one of Canada's lead race car driver instructors. And yeah, we're just hoping to actually come to some of these parties and find a celebrity navigator. It's one of the stipulations where our sponsors are going to give us twice as much money if we have a celebrity navigator, because we're not race car drivers, not celebrities.
The most profound thing that's happened is, we were on TV, as you know, and we just one day decided let's start a race team and see if we can, win the Indy 500.
We're here live at the ET Canada birthday party, 6th year and 36th TIFF anniversary party down at Spice Route on King Street West. We've made some wonderful connections. We've had some lovely chats with some lovely stars. Stay tuned because we're going to talk to a lot more. Hi. Callum?
Hi, Jen.
I'm Jeanette.
Hi, Jeanette.
I'm from ThatChannel.com. I talked to you last year. Say it back. How are you?
I'm fabulous. How you doing? Jeanette from that channel. Yes. How you doing?
She's from Rookie Blue and Saw.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
You know where the parties are at. That's what it
I
is.
certainly do. Tanya.
Yes.
Okay.
And she's from Wynard, Tanya.
Oh, thank you. Can we just turn this way? And, you know, I've been watching you on and off on the Wynard for years.
Forever.
When are you coming back after this?
You know what? I've been just like that. Exactly. My sister, she's gone. She's dead. She's over the cliff. It's sad.
Well, that's what they want us to believe.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm Jeanette Brooks,
And here is
I am
from Murdock Mystery.
ThatChannel.com, Toronto's #1 internet radio station. I'm on the flagship show, Liquid Lunch, 12 to 2 every day, and I'm one of the co-hosts.
Excellent.
And
Now I know everything about you, and I got to remember everything about me because I've had a couple of drinks now.
Really
I'd say the biggest mystery about me is the fact that I really like sleeping in, but I haven't been able to for 20 years.
Murdock Mystery.
And it chaps my ass.
What a night we've had. We've had the opportunity to talk with a lot of Canadian-grown talent here in the city, and, you know, they're doing so well. And this ET party always highlights Canadian talent and how well they're doing. It's nice to see that our actors are getting breaks and are doing phenomenal work, not only in Canada, but also in the United States. We hope that you've enjoyed our interviews this evening, and we look forward to seeing you on Monday, September 19th. That's this coming Monday, from 12 to 2 p.m., where we're going to show you some of our highlighted coverage, and we're also going to have a very special guest coming on to talk about the top 10 movies, picks of this year's festival, which were the best and which were the worst, and which should you go to see at the movie theater. So we look forward to seeing you then. And I'm taking it back to the studio. Hey, Toronto. Good night.
All right, so where that's
Okay,
right now.
So, well, that was just a sort of a conglomeration of very long interviews, because most people talk to me about 15 to 20 minutes. And so this premise here is how to get yourself in front of the right people, and I'd like to mention a couple of points or tactics that I use to do that. The first thing is I always show genuine interest in what they're doing and in the projects that they have. I always acknowledge who they are, what they've done, ask them to step into the camera and talk to me and promote whatever they're working on. Mention any time, premiere, what time it was going to be on, what day. So that's showing interest in them and giving them a lot of time to promote themselves. I always smile, even before they come to talk to me, because when I smile, I make a connection. And I also make them feel comfortable, which is why they want to talk to me. I remember to say their name. Why do I do that? Because when I say their name, that is the sweetest sound they ever hear. They love, it's sweet and it's important. Everybody important wants to know their name. They want you to know that they're remembered. For, you know, some people are just remembered for the characters that they play. Yeah. But I know their name. So that makes them feel really good, and that keeps them around. One of the other things I really do is I make myself stand out, because let me tell you, you got to fight really hard on that red carpet.
Well, now, what did you do to stand out?
Okay, I did a number of things. So, you know, picture this. We're lined up with every other media station in all of Toronto. You're like this, and you have no room to maneuver, to, you know, because you're behind the red carpet, and you've got seconds to get the attention. The first thing I did was I took my boyfriend jacket off and revealed my nice sexy top, because I wanted to show that I was dressed appropriately for the occasion. If you want to be a star, you have to act like a star and you have to look like a star. I spent an hour and a half doing my hair and another, I don't know, hour doing my makeup before I ran downtown to take part in that night. And because I can't drive down, there's no parking. I had to take the subway, which means I had to be prepared. So I had everything I needed with me: backup and heels to flats, because you're standing there for 4 hours and you're running from party to party, and you've got to be prepared.
And I have to tell you, Jeanette, because I don't know if you know this, but we spent hours here preparing, getting all the technical stuff in place, making sure that it was all going to work.
And that's correct. And the viewers don't see that part. You know, we just show you the end result, but you have to be prepared and you have to be professional about it. The other thing is, if you want to be with the stars, you got to market yourself like you are a star. So that goes beyond the looks, that goes into the expertise. And where I really show the expertise is in the questions I choose to ask. And that's sort of another technique about how to get yourself known, is that, and get yourself in front of the right people. You don't ask the questions that everybody else asks. You ask something different. For example, I asked Murdock Mystery, Yannik, I asked him, you know, you play on a show that's all about mysteries, and I want to know what's the biggest mystery about you. But in doing that, it's not because I truly want to know, it's because I want my viewers to know. I ask the questions that the viewers want to know. I want to get the information out that they want to convey, but I also want to get great information for the viewers. And I want to ask questions, even if they're throw ball, curb questions, which in the case was with Yannik. He took, actually, I stooped him a bit, and
because he'd had a couple of drinks.
Oh, he did, and he admitted about that, but he did answer me. I think another thing that I really do is I always work my larger than life personality, because you have to be very vivacious on the red carpet. You can't be dull. You really can't. You have to.
So what did you do extra?
Well, I think one thing I do is always introduce myself. Yeah. So we're making friends, and they know who I am, and they feel comfortable to talk to me, rather than just saying, "Oh, here we are from that channel." You know, I actually make it personable.
Right.
And then I do that quickly, and then I turn it right back onto them, and I note everything that they've done, whether they've won an award or whatever they're up to lately, what they haven't been doing, the things that they don't want to talk about, like Lyriq Bent, for example. I kept saying, like, what's new for you? What's going to happen after Ricky Bulu? Is there a new Saw movie coming out? And he goes like, how do you know that? You know, so you want to go, you want to laugh a little bit. You want to kid with them. You want to point out things that maybe, you know, that show them that you know your facts, that you've done some homework on them.
It worked for sure, because some of them, some of them remember you from like last year?
They did, and that's also because I make a point of selling benefits. Not just for the audience, but for them. You know, what is the benefit of this? What is the benefit of that? I'm always going for the so what, you know, because information is just information, but until you give the so what, it has no purpose, and therefore your question has no purpose. I asked them, like, for example, Kim Dion and Cheryl Hickey. Kim Dion, I asked her, I said, you know, Kim, if you weren't blessed with the journalism career that you have, what would you be doing today? And she said, I would have been a doctor. And I looked in her face and I said, you know, I can see right in your eyes you're a very caring person. And she goes, oh, you're so right. I am very caring. Cheryl Hickey, I asked her a question that I thought our women viewers could relate to, which is, you know, you always look beautiful on camera. But is there ever a time where you don't feel beautiful, where you're going to a red carpet event and you don't feel beautiful? And she answered that, and that was like a really good question. She really liked that. Rosey Edeh did the same thing. I asked her, you know, something about what was the best party she had experienced at TIFF, or who was the best star she's ever interviewed in her years of being with TIFF. And I asked her to dispel some of the rumors that were going on about Madonna and Gerard Butler, because, you know, he had death threats for the movie that he made, and Rosey told me she was astonished that he wasn't at his own premiere because of those death threats. Yeah.
Well, why? What was the movie?
The movie, he plays a Hell's Angel in Africa that saves the children. So it was very controversial. I don't know, but he did, and he also spoke about that on The View on Friday. So I do these things. Another thing I really do is remove the distractions. And you know what? This is really important, because when you're on a red carpet, hammering for attention to get that footage, because, you know, you're competing with other journalists, you've got to remove the distractions.
I thought you were emphasizing your distractions.
That might be what gets them to look at me, but I remove the distractions by pulling them away a little bit moving down the red carpet so I can get a better shot, so I can work my camera guy in. I ask the other media, I play nice with the other media. I say, you know, when it's your turn, we'll step a little bit behind and let you guys get in and get a great shot if you wouldn't mind doing the same for me. And, you know, it's that kind of buddy system that really works. Another thing I do is I believe you have to keep the buzz alive after you've made an impression on them. So I had my business cards ready to go at the top of my bag. And after I spoke with Rosey, Cheryl, Kim, all of them, I said, you know, I told them a little bit about me and how I got to do what I was doing and that I had been a publicist for many years and wanted to really be a journalist. And they were really impressed with that. And I talked about how I work with women. So I gave them something to remember me by. And I also invited every single person that I interviewed to come on this show. And I said, I'll give you 30 minutes or more. And you know what? They were thrilled with the fact that we had an internet radio TV show, that we were doing that, and that I was willing to invest that extra time in them, because, you know, give them more time to talk about themselves. A lot of my questions were, how did, you know, a little bit of your history, how did you get where you are? People like that. They like to know that they've had a journey and that they can share that with you. I focus a lot on what I think the audience would like to know as well, because, you know, curious minds want to know, right? You know, like People Magazine, right? We want to know. We want to know what, and I am not afraid to ask questions that other people would be afraid. You know, because most of the journalists there were just like, TIFF, 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 TIFF. How about TIFF? What's going on with TIFF? You know, very typical stuff.
Yeah.
I'll address a little of that and I'll move right on by.
Yeah.
You know, because they get bored with that too. You know, if you want to stand out, you got to do something different. And also, I think the key point of all is listen. When I ask the question, I might throw in a few jokes to relax them, but then the microphone is right on them. And it doesn't come up until they're done answering me and I'm listening. So these are some of my pointers on how to get yourself in front of the right people and make a lasting impression. And, you know, we can take this down to everyday life for business people too. There's always somebody in a room that you want to talk to, whether they're known Hollywood stars or known journalists or on a red carpet. There's always a red carpet. Even at networking groups, there's somebody there, whether it's the speaker, whether it's whomever, that you can connect with and then use that opportunity to really grow your business. You have to employ these secrets and work it and be confident in yourself, because confidence sells. And shyness smells, you know, when people can smell desperation too, right? So you don't want to be desperate. Like I'll tell you another thing. I will not chase anybody down. If there's somebody on the red carpet who, like, for example, Rick Manello did not come over to me, am I going to chase him to get that interview? No. I work with the people who come to me, and I already got the three back, you know, like Cheryl, Hickey, Rosey Edeh, and Kim Dion. They all came to me from ET Canada. They could have walked right on by.
And the Trailer Park Boys. You got
and the Trailer Park Boys. And the guy, Paul from Deck Wars. And I had many others that we didn't see because we only have 6 minutes.
They are going to regret it. Those people that didn't come and talk to you, Jeanette, they're going to regret it.
You know, now because they know who I am. And also, this is Seth Rogen. His movie with Sarah Silverman and Michelle Phillips. I was at that premiere. And I was at Roy Thompson, and I did some coverage from that too, but we don't have time to show everything. I think also, if I could just leave with one more point, know what you want. Have a goal in mind and know what you want. When I went there knowing that I was going to get on the red carpet at the top, that I was going to stand there and I was going to talk to everybody. And when the publicists come and say, do you want this one? Do you not want that one? I say, give me everyone. And I don't miss a beat. You know why? Because you snooze, you lose. That's the truth. And I'm very polite. That's another thing. I'm always please and thank you. Shake hands, look in their eyes. And I'm polite with the publicists too. Like when they're saying wrap it up or whatever, I honor whatever they say. When they say, would you like some water or whatever, I thank them for that because I see that they're looking out for me, right? So, and they remember that. And
I heard that everyone was very nice down there.
Extremely
nice.
nice.
Those stars were all very, even the Trailer Park Boys.
I want to tell you who wasn't nice, and I remembered it.
Who? Uh-oh.
It was I won't mention names, but I will say that I was behind the Roy Thompson Hall where all the media stand to get the red carpets coming down. And I'm also very friendly. And I always go over and introduce myself to all our fellow media people. And one from eTalk Canada was not nice to me at all. Wouldn't talk to me. But everybody else was very nice. I would say that I look for...
related to any discredited former prime ministers by any chance?
But I would say you got to build your credibility. And I would also say that doing that is you got to be an expert. If you want to be with the right people... You got to show the right people that you have the right stuff. So always connect and always point out what you have in common. Now, my common ground with these ladies and some, you know, even at the Hello Canada when I saw Arlene Dickinson, my commonality is that I am a marketing professional. I was a PR person, and I'm now a member of the media, and I work that angle because I want to show that we have something in common. Because, you know, the more you have something in common with somebody, the more inclined they are to speak with you. It's true.
There you go.
It's true. So I think I've covered most of my points. I may have missed one or two, but we're a little bit out of time anyway. So
all right.
Please employ what I say. Don't forget that I have a giveaway today for a marketing makeover. 1 hour session worth $350 to the first caller in. Give me the number, please.
416-204-9723.
Okay, and also I wanted to mention that I have one spot left to fill in my Marketing Goddess 1-to-1 intensive packages, and that my group coaching, the Magnetic Marketing Femtor Circle, is sold out till the end of September. And then I am revamping it and coming out with some new surprises, and it's going to be under a new name. So when I come back in October, I'll tell you all about that as I continue to work and perfect changing up my website too.
And what's that website?
It's www.yourmarketingmagnet.com. You can also email me at Janette, that's JANETTE, at yourmarketingmagnet.com. And my phone number is 905-882-6893, extension 1. I want to make you as great, you and your business as great as it can be.
Fabulous.
So thank you very much.
Fabulous.
And we'll be right back with Catherine Azera Myers of Send Out Cards.
And we're going to watch a video that she brought in right now. I'll find out a bit about Send Out Cards. Come back with Catherine right after this.